stage.
Hello everyone, so we are Buckets and we are empowering people to take control of their financial life. This is the Fantastic Four, our team. We have Kumar, Samir, Edward, and myself, Luz Gonzalez. So we spoke to a lot of people this weekend, about 50, and we built some profiles, so we're going to be focusing on Nancy. Nancy is an undergrad student. She is not financially literate. She doesn't budget, although she should. She usually receives a check or a loan, and that has to last her for 4 to 5 months, and she has to make it last. And she also has surprising or like unexpected streams of income, such as a babysitting gig or a consulting thing, and so she's not able to manage her money in a way that's empowering for her. Now, the problem that we're solving is we're trying to allow Nancy to visualize her money again in a way that's empowering for her to be able to manage and allocate money as it currently stands, so she can be empowered to know where her money is and how much she can use, to be financially disciplined. There are budgeting tools out there, but don't really allow what we'll be talking about, and also a sense of financial forecasting. Now, so we spoke to a lot of people over the weekend. So we talked to 50 people, and we asked them a few questions. You can see some of the answers. My favorite is, I trust my wife. So in terms of validation, so when we spoke to people, what they told us is that over 70% of them would like to use a system like Buckets. Really exciting, over 50% of them said that they would pay for a system like Buckets, anywhere from $1 to $25. And over 70% of them said that it was vital to have a budgeting tool that would help them with debt management, manage debt management. Now let's talk about social impact. We're at a social impact event, so let's talk about it. Everyone in the world exchanges value, usually in the form of money. All these people must manage their money and accounts. But we're going to start in the US. We're going to go after 43 million student loan borrowers, and we're going to help them be empowered in managing their money and paying off their debt in a way that's empowering to them by knowing if they are getting closer. So how are we doing that? By Buckets.
Hi, thank you. I'm just going to demonstrate the tool that we've built over this weekend. So this is the sign-up form, or the login form. The sign-up process involves just basic information, account information, first name, last name, email address. Next page chooses a profile template, so it's a personality profile, like student, employed, and that matches to a certain set of categories. Now the resolution is pretty bad, but we're choosing whichever categories that you choose to opt in or opt out, and add your own customized categories. Then we're entering profile information for income, paychecks, stable income, basically, which you can rely on month to month. Additional income is unstable income, so you got a job babysitting or something along those lines. And this is the dashboard. It's not very visible.
Yeah, unfortunately, the dashboard is not very visible, but here I have my dashboard. Let's pretend I'm Nancy, and I have at the top I have obligation buckets, which I must pay, and at the bottom.
It's just the resolution, it's not a big deal.
No, but it's a big deal because we can't show it. Yeah.
So and the top on the similar buckets, but they are expenses buckets, and there is a the total account here is a $2,500, but regardless of that, there is a $2,500 in checking account, there is a red bucket, meaning that you cannot make a car lease payment that month. And when I would move money from my hobby bucket to car lease bucket, car payment bucket, and I would see that it's fine for now. Then, if I, for example, I spend money on entertainment, and I want to spend more, but I see that on my checking account lots of money, but they're all allocated on rent money, car payment money, and food money. And I'm definitely not going to take money, reallocate from that buckets. So then, when I can make an extra cash, for example, babysitting or tipping from waitressing, so I can allocate back to whatever I want. Entertainment, for example, and if I'm responsible, I see that clothing bucket is almost empty, I can allocate there. But I cannot overspend on each bucket, and I'm secure that I can cover my rent and my car payment.
Okay, so I have only 30 seconds left, so not even 30 seconds. So we have the market opportunity. So we're talking about $38 billion in terms of financial planning and services. And we think that we're looking at the financial planning management tool.
Can you explain your business model?
Thank you. So our business model is basically a freemium model. So you are going to have a light version, which is free, and then we're going to charge for super users or advanced users. And we're also targeting in terms of our revenue channel would be basically partnering with financial institutions who would be using our app or tool. So it'd be cross-selling services from them, and also it'll be assigning who are the load providers for most of the student communities here. So we're going to offer this tool as part of their services, so they can also have education for students. How do they track and monitor their financing? And the other aspect would be having analytics and dashboard, basically to have better reporting based on the advanced data that we collect from the users. The growth strategy basically is sure.
Some of the health data, one of the hardest things they have on some of the health apps is really getting people to enter the data on what they eat. How are you going to get people to simply enter the data on what they're actually spending?
Mobile. So there will be mobile, so if you're on the go and you're budgeting, you can just put in the information into your mobile device. So suppose I leave my babysitting gig, so I leave my babysitting gig and I got $50, I automatically put it in because I want to be budgeting responsibly, so I just put it in, I put it into the right bucket, and then it automatically goes. And if I need to move money around, so if I go to the movies, I would check, okay, can I afford $20? Can I afford $10? And if I can't, I can move money from bucket to bucket. I would never move it out of like the rent bucket or out of the other core obligations buckets, but I'm able to see how it's the mobile.
And then credit card debt and credit card.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is this different than Mint?
Great question. So we are different than Mint in that most of the tools that we saw out there are addressing previous transactions and the history of what you have done. It's not telling you where your money is currently in a way that's empowering to you. So if I want to see right now, out of the $2,000 that I own, where is my money sitting? I want like $800 to be in my rent bucket because I definitely don't want to spend my rent money. I also don't want to spend my food money. And Mint and all of the tools that are out there don't do that. Also the financial forecasting and the hypotheticals, none of the tools let you know. So if I want to purchase a car, I'm going to put in this information. How do my buckets, how are they affected based on these new things that are coming into my life? That's not any data that you can get with any of the current tools that are out there.
Here's an advanced question. Here's an advanced question. The hardest part about this was get the users to actually change their habits. Any thoughts on that?
So every time you do something that is getting you towards your financial goals, so the piece that we didn't speak about is setting goals, is having your savings budget, having $10,000 for savings. We know that your basic needs times 6 is something that everybody should aim for, and so as you're getting to your goals, as you're doing, like you get rid of the latte factor, we're going to say congratulations, you're on your way because you saved $30 this week. If you take those $30 and you invest them, or if you pay off your debt, that means you're going to pay off your loans in 2 years rather than in 5. Or that means that if you grow that money and it's sitting in an investment, you would have made, with that extra $30, now you have, I don't know, like an extra $2,000. And so it encourages you, rather than just chastising you, because who wants to use that system? It encourages you to keep doing things that will make you a better financial citizen.
By the show of hands, whose idea was this? Thank you.
I'm still not completely clear on what the social impact is and how
So,
you're trying to address that.
social impact is everyone in the world has to exchange value, usually in the way of money, right? Most of us, raise your hand if you have an online account, banking account. If you have an